Why can't you see me? I'm right here. Every day you look through me as if I didn't exist, like I'm invisible. I know you wouldn't think that hurts, but it does. But why? Am I crazy or a monster? What do I have to do to get you to see me? Well, tonight, I'm done. I'm through being invisible. Hey, you, I just want to show you what it's like to live in my skin. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll understand. Then maybe finally, you'll see me. Remember as kids, you and your friends would laugh because I was extremely emotional? Yeah, I heard the names, the jokes, the laughter. And you were kind of right. But it would take 20 years before I realized it was called being bipolar. That's just a chemical imbalance in your brain. But I didn't know that at the time. I just thought that something was really wrong with me. Remember in college, you and I never talked very much. But you do remember hearing the scandal. Quiet girl gets kicked out of college 3 months before graduation. Yeah. There was so much more to that story. I had been raped by a guy on campus. When I told the college board about what happened, they kicked me out for indecency and breaking the rules. Funny thing was that nothing ever happened to the guy. But I couldn't talk about it. I remember you sitting on the couch so casually telling me I needed to accept responsibility for what happened. Oh, I accepted. You just didn't hear me quietly crying in the basement every night because I believed that everything was my fault. It would take 10 years before I could talk about the rape again. But life goes on. So I moved to South Korea hoping a fresh start would be what I needed. But my bipolar just pushed me back into the shadows. Remember how I was falling asleep at work? I know you saw me. But what you didn't see were the extreme weeks of extreme mania when I got absolutely no sleep at all. And, I didn't call off because I was lazy. I was just so depressed I couldn't get out of bed. You never saw all the times I stood on the roof of my apartment building wishing I could jump because the pain was ripping me apart and I just wanted to stop. I would do anything to make it stop. Remember, I asked you for help. I tried to tell you how I was feeling, but you just brushed me off. That's when I decided I was done being invisible. So I swallowed 3 bottles of pills. When you found me that night, you told me that it would be okay, and I believed you. The hospital saved my life that night, but I never heard from you again. And once again, I was invisible. When I came home, I tried to cope with the demons of my depression, but I didn't know how. I would hide in my room, punching my arms till they were black and blue, hoping the pain would dull the darkness for just a little while, but it was never enough. Binge eating, binge drinking, sleeping for hours on end. I tried many Band-Aids. And every night, I would lay in bed sobbing, wishing for help, just wanting to die. Then slowly, things began to change. Just for a moment, one moment, you saw me. You were the one sitting in the bar listening to me talk when I drank way more than I should. You were the one who saw my arms and asked about my bruises. You were the one who took away the knife when I just wanted to die. You were the one who said, let's get help. And that's when I was diagnosed with bipolar, generalized anxiety disorder, and PTSD. In that moment, I cried. Not because I was sad, but because I felt relief. I wasn't a monster. I wasn't crazy. I just had a mental illness. And that's when, for the first time in a long time, I finally stepped out of the shadows, and it felt good. Nowadays, my life isn't perfect, but every day does get better and better. I love that my good days way outnumber my bad, and every day you see me just a little bit more. Or maybe I'm just letting you in. But I want you to see the true me, because this is my life, my illness, my skin, and I deserve to be seen. So I'm choosing to never be invisible again.